Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Fitness Friday Posi-TIPS with Rachelle. Folks, we're on Fitness Friday. It is always the best day of the week. Gotta love it. Folks, where's Waldo? Where's Rachelle? You never know. Well, today, it's actually Sunday, October the 9th, and I am here at one of our parks here in Novi, and actually wanted to drop this. I'm going to drop this quick episode in here as a teaser for the final series for this year, which is going to be on decisions. I cannot wait. And speaking of decisions, folks, and as you can see, I tried my best to get this tree behind me, which reflects a couple of leaves at least, that reflect the changing of seasons. The changing of seasons as we've shifted from summer into fall. Such a precious time here, particularly in Michigan. Seasons change. And that's certainly true in my own life, and I often like to talk about the seasonality, particularly of decisions, seasonality of decisions in my life, and wanted to just highlight an example here, highly relevant, particularly to making tough decisions and not really knowing what's going to happen ultimately, but just trusting that everything will be A-okay in the end. So folks, I had a decision to make. So I've shared a number of times, I'm very involved with the Northwestern University Alumni Association, and that initially started here in our Metro Detroit area. I was a member of the board for a number of years, and that was great, and then transitioned into becoming involved with the Alumni Association there in Evanston, right there on campus, which has more of a national or international focus for alumni engagement, and actually did both locally and there at Evanston simultaneously. Very, very involved. And then I had a decision to make. I received an email on April 3rd, 2019, inviting me to participate in the MyPact study at the University of Michigan, or Michigan Medicine. And I've shared this on a couple of different episodes. And this was the bag that we received, part of the swag that we received upon the enrollment at the enrollment center in the MyPact study. And I participated in this particular study for 3 years. So from April 2019 to April of this year, participated, absolutely loved that story. I loved that study. My very first study there at Michigan Medicine, absolutely loved it, and I've talked about it extensively. It's also known as the Apple Watch study, where they evaluated the activity level, compared that also to with my medical records, my medical chart. So I was involved as a healthy volunteer, a highly active healthy volunteer, absolutely loved it. And the reason why I wanted to highlight this particular example, my involvement, my subsequent involvement in 2019 and beyond with Michigan Medicine, is at the time, so back in 2019, I had to make a decision. And so I had to make a decision, okay, I only have so much time available to volunteer, and where am I going to focus my efforts? So ultimately, to fast forward through what could be a very detailed conversation or very detailed explanation, I made a decision to focus my engagement, my involvement, my volunteering. I had to shift away from local involvement with our Alumni Association club here in Metro Detroit and shifted towards Ann Arbor, University of Michigan, and Michigan Medicine, and absolutely loved it and absolutely have no regrets. But the reason why I want to highlight this particular example, particularly as we're talking about decisions and decision making, is that was a tough decision. And again, I had been involved with the Alumni Association locally for a number of years, absolutely loved it. People were wonderful, that was all great, but I had a decision to make, and that's something that is very, very true in my own life, is the tough decisions that I've made, particularly as they involve my time and volunteering and all of this and that. Leadership is great, leadership development is great, and there's no shortage of opportunities to gain additional leadership and leadership development experience, particularly in the volunteering realm. But however, I had to make a decision. I had to say, okay, both schools, I could have been one of those people that are, okay, Northwestern and University of Michigan are both in the Big Ten, and why should I become involved with the University of Michigan or Michigan Medicine when I didn't go to that school? All right. And so that could have been a take. And think about that in relation to decisions that you've made, particularly one that you may be facing now. Maybe not exactly similar, but just some of the same dynamics, where you're being, you essentially have branch out? Do I step out of my comfort zone and go in a new direction, not knowing how it's going to turn out? And so for me, I'm very pro higher education, just like pro fitness. Here we talk about I want all entities to succeed. I am very extremely passionate also about higher education. And so I want all colleges and universities to succeed. I think that environment is just so wonderful. And it does not matter what college or university, as long as it's accredited. I am supportive and all of this and that. So I knew if I were to make the shift towards the University of Michigan, Michigan Medicine, everything would be A-OK. And just to quickly provide just this additional information, as a biotech or biotechnology rep, University of Michigan or Michigan Medicine, it was University of Michigan Health System at the time, was one of my accounts. I covered during my biotech years and pharmaceutical years before that, pretty much all the major hospital systems here in Metro Detroit, but Michigan Medicine was one of them. And so I did have a little bit of engagement, a little bit of involvement, a little bit of familiarity with that system, just based on that. And then subsequently, and I have this bag here as a memento to Entrepalooza. So went to this activity at the University of Michigan, Entrepalooza. So it was a special program, a day for entrepreneurs, and so there was a lot of good information, a lot of good insight, workshops, all of that in 2015. And so you can see, fast forwarding to the MyPack study, and it's just been, and as I look back, and of course I'm still involved, but there has been a shift. And we talk about, again, when I talk about the seasonality in my life, particularly around decision making, the tough decisions. And so I have made the decision to shift away from exclusive engagement as a healthy volunteer in terms of clinical research, so clinical studies, clinical research. I've participated in a number of clinical trials, happily, enthusiastically, for more than 3 years. And so now, actually, as of September 2022, I've shifted a great deal of my involvement and my engagement to OPE, which is the Office of Patient Experience. I actually now have an advisory role with that group. So I am so excited and just absolutely love it because I'm extremely opinionated. So it's an opportunity for me to regularly, constantly, sometimes on a weekly basis, a number of times, provide my opinion on initiatives, departments, just different things that are going on in Michigan Medicine. So I am so delighted to be involved in that, but it was a wonderful 3+ years, really 3 years and 3 months, being exclusively a healthy research participant in those clinical trials. It's very tough, not only for Michigan Medicine, but just hospitals in general. Clinical research studies have, for those that do have, or looking for healthy volunteers or healthy control group volunteers, which are often called, very, very tough. Many institutions, it's tough to find people to willingly participate because essentially you are just giving your time because there's really nothing in it for you per se. If you're not part of the group that's investigating perhaps a new medication or a new biologic that may help save your life or improve your quality of life, you are there to, again, provide a contrast as a healthy control group member. So it was a wonderful 3+ years. I remember May 2019, so it was 1 month into my participation in the MyPack study, and I went to the Precision Medicine conference. That was our inaugural conference, and some of the swag they gave us was these Precision Medicine socks, Michigan branded Precision Medicine socks. Absolutely loved it. And September 14th, I have to conclude this episode with an absolutely wonderful experience that I had, and this is actually the parking permit, my memento from that. I participated in a kinesiology study. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely, I mean, from start to finish, I absolutely loved that study. I mean, I've enjoyed all my participation, but definitely the MyPack kicking it off because it was so activity focused, and the kinesiology study because I learned so much just from being in that building, talking with students and just learning so much about their studies and then their career goals. I mean, I learned so much. And so I just want to close this episode out by saying, I mean, my life has been incredibly enriched by my involvement with the University of Michigan. Of course, yes, within Michigan Medicine, but I participated in Zooms and different things like that from different departments, and participated in a consumer research study, actually a couple of them for the Institute, or ISR, Institute for Social Research. One was for Procter & Gamble, evaluating detergents, and the second one was actually running shoes. Did a study with that back in 2020 during COVID. That was so cool. And so, folks, it has just been so awesome. I mean, I just cannot emphasize the importance of us stepping outside of our comfort zone and just embracing what opportunities may come our way. Because yes, I had a wonderful time as an exclusive volunteer with our Northwestern University Alumni Association. Wonderful, but also recognized a wonderful opportunity. Didn't know exactly what all it was going to entail, but my life and my journey has been incredibly enriched beyond measure. So when we're all making decisions, folks, let's not be paralyzed by fear and insecurity and doubt and what will people think, or how will this look? I could have thought to myself, well, how would this look if I'm essentially walking away on a local level from my alma mater, Northwestern University, and getting involved with a university or health system that I was not, I did not graduate from the University of Michigan. Now, I am a patient of Michigan Medicine, so I did have that affiliation, but we got to put all that aside. We got to the fear, the doubt, the insecurities, the worries, all of this and that, folks. Let's readily embrace opportunities for growth, learning, and development, even though we may not have all the answers up front, folks. Let's just trust. Let's keep on keeping on. Let's move forward, and let's continue to live the best lives that we can, folks. So I cannot wait for this decision series. It is going to be tough. It is going to be challenging. I assure you, I am going to shake you up. There's going to be a number of different story times similar to this one, but I am really going to challenge you to come up higher in your decision making and not let fear and insecurity and doubt hold you back from the best that life has to offer, folks. So that is all I have for you today. It has been an absolute joy filming from this different location here in the fall of 2022 here, folks. So stay tuned for that.